Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit. It's week 3 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the Saints, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
First opened in 1975, resurrected in 2006. We welcome you inside the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints, here in downtown New Orleans. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that it's a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in.
It's Jake Elliott, ready to get this one kicked off. And off we go from the Superdome. This is fielded inside the 5. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Saints coming out, and the veteran leads them. It's their quarterback, Derek Carr, 9 years with the Raiders, now year 2 with the Saints. Greg, for a man who's now 33 years old.
It's always so hard as a player, Mike. You leave a game, you have a big performance, you feel like you really did your job, but it comes in a losing effort. And while you're proud of that effort, there's this sour taste in your mouth going into practice the next week, knowing that it wasn't good enough. That's what he's facing here today. He had a great game last week in a loss. Can he find a way to lead his team and have an equally good game, continue to play at that high level that we've seen him play at, but this time, do it in a victory? That's what they're focusing on. That's been the emphasis all week long. We're going to get a shot to see how it plays out here today.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Here's 3rd and 2. Now, this looks like a design run. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So, as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. The Eagles led out by their quarterback, and he is the leader of this offense. Jalen Hurts has that calm demeanor about him, can make the big plays as well. Greg, here he is already in his 5th year in the NFL.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he played fairly well for the most part. Now, are there some things to clean up? Absolutely. Some of his footwork, both inside and outside the pocket, still has a long way to go. The occasional errant throw or just thinking, hey, I've got a big arm, I'm going to fit this ball in the window. Some of that stuff needs to get cleaned up, but overall, not bad. But what matters the most in wins and losses, and he just wasn't the difference maker his team needed when they needed him the most.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Now, fair catch is called for and made right there at the 45. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Looking to throw. Rattler. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is Rattler. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Carr working out of the gun. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. Now it is 1st and goal. In motion is Hill. They'll run here with Kamara. And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And he'll get about halfway there. That's a gain of 2, down to the 2. 3rd and goal. Throwing is Carr. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete.
Good blocking, and he's in. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year.
When I think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
On the return, here is Ainias Smith. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Hurts. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He'll tuck it and take off. A terrific run there. He's finally taken down at the 25-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
Hurts will work here from the pistol. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. This one complete to Campbell. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Moving the tight end right. Here's Barkley. This defense back up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3. Now here's 2nd and goal. Hurts going to hold on to this one. What a move! He's in. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The ability for the quarterback to run with it. Greg, great choice there as he gets in the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, what makes the zone read so effective down near the goal line is it forces the defense to account for an extra player. In this case, it's the quarterback. And when he sees that end crash, he pulls it, and he's able to take it in himself.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Carr. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. From the shotgun, it's Carr. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Here's Carr throwing from the pistol. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense ready for this next possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. On play action, Hurts. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down. to the air again. Hurts. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down. Man in motion is Brown. Hurts will try it again. That one intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
When you find yourself in this situation, man, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Saints offense ready to see what they can do. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. In motion is Hill. Off the play fake. Here's Carr. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Carr. He'll get this out to his running back. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one. 3rd and long. Carr now. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. Looking for room out on the edge. Not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down. The Saints will punt this one away, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed. So give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy. And this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
3rd down and 9. Hurts working in the pistol. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
You know, it's always hard as an offense to waste such great field position, but they had a short field to work with, not able to pick up a single first down. So give a lot of credit for the defense stopping this drive before it really got started.
Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. 10-7 is the score. More from New Orleans after this. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw is Carr. That one complete to A.T. Perry. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll work the middle here with Kamara. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Reed Blankenship coming up from his safety spot to make the stop. 2nd down and 8. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
Nice pickup there by Alvin Kamara. And when you think about his career, Mike, the fact that for 7 straight years, he's over 1,100 yards from scrimmage, that's the consistency. That's the ability to impact the game both as a runner and as a receiver that really makes him stand out from a lot of the other running backs in the league. Well, let's give the defense a little credit here. You talk about read and reacting quickly. They recognize the screen right out of the jump, and he's able to beat the blocker to the spot and keep him to no gain.
2nd down, Carr. He's got it at the 7. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They put Wilson in motion. Here comes the jet sweep. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Here now, 2nd down and goal. Carr. That is caught, and he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Carr working out of the gun. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
McManus's kick is good. And the Saints will level the score at 10 apiece.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins. 1st and 10. That one is caught by Campbell. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop. Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short game.
Looking for Campbell. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Hurts going to keep it on the option. A hit, and he has lost the football.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. but it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
What a great gainer that is. He runs it down to the 5. Following the play, we have an Eagle who is shaken up. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. 5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. Here's a run. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. One more time, they try Barkley. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the...
And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. And he has been the focal point of this offense. When you get a performance like this, you can almost invariably know the offensive line's been stellar. And they have been so far. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They'll go again here with Kamara. And they'll stop him. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down. Here's Carr. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Johnson. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. It's Riley Dixon coming on now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And this defense has to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in the 1st half that has really given them fits. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. Now a screen set up for Barkley. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Now a 3rd and 2. Hurts will work here from the pistol. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult. Defensively, it'll set up a 4th down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Kamara. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
To the left side, in the hands of Hill. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Saints first down. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. His pass taken in by Shaheed. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. A give up the middle with Kamara. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We're back to New Orleans. After this, 3rd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Carr. Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line. As they in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. And this will be incomplete.
That's clinic tape here by the receiver. He identifies quickly it's man coverage, and you've got a go route. You've got to stack that defender. Get on top of him and make him play through your body to contest the throw. This ball's thrown with better accuracy. Not only is it a big completion, but he's got a chance to take this thing the distance.
Here's their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Eagles offense ready to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away. Here's 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. The pressure all over him. He goes down again. Here's Braden Mann now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. On 1st down, Carr. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. So we've hit halftime, and it's the visitors, the Eagles, out on top. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window. to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We start with two teams that played for the AFC Championship in years gone by. The Chargers traveling to Pittsburgh, and they are nearing halftime with the Steelers out in front. A touchdown run for Najee Harris. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Bo Nix with a touchdown throw to Cortland Sutton. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Eagles offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. Our next drive getting ready to start, and we'll let you know what's coming up here later tonight. It is a good one. The Chiefs and Falcons in Atlanta. Second primetime appearance for the Falcons in the last 2 weeks. Then on Monday, a doubleheader comes your way. It's the Jags and the Bills in Orchard Park. Both the start time, 7:30 Eastern, followed by the Commanders and Bengals. That kicks off at the usual 8:15 starting time. To throw on second down is Hurts. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. 2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to third down and 10. A pistol snap back to Hurts. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. Here comes the Eagles punt team. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Saints offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On the give, this is Kamara. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down, forthcoming. Here's Carr throwing from the pistol. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. That is caught downfield. It's Shaheed. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. They put Wilson in motion. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. On the handoff, it's Kamara. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. A successful drive, but in danger of stalling. Trying to convert now on 3rd and 7. In motion is Hill. He'll go play action with Carr. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Here's Smith to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Hurts working in the pistol. Over the middle to his tight end, Goddard. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
A 2nd down throw for Hurts. That's caught downfield by Smith. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in.
And he's going to be swallowed up, taken down, sacked back at the 5.
To play in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
Marshawn Lattimore all over that. Gets a hand in there to knock it away. 3rd and goal for Hurts. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
On 4th down, here comes Jake Elliott for the Philadelphia field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Saints offense and their running back set to go once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Play action now. It's Carr. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara.
It's a great example of just the range that this linebacker has to be able to not only react quick enough to realize that running back was a threat to the flat, but to be able to have the speed to get there and bring him down for no gain.
Quickly to the outside and complete. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. They'll try and run for this with Kamara. And he'll convert, picking up the first down at the 46-yard line.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this third and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
In motion is Hill. On 1st and 10, Carr. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. It's a give now to Kamara. And he'll take this to about the 46-yard line. Josh Metellus there on the tackle. 3rd and 9. Carr working out of the gun. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a first down. A first down there on a pickup of 17.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that second foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's 2nd and 6. Shaheed in motion. 2nd down, Carr. Catch made, right side by Wilson. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Carr to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Now a 2nd down throw from Carr. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Carr. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
The Saints lining up in punt formation as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. The visitors' offense, and Jalen Hurts getting set for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Hurts to the air on 1st down. This one complete to Campbell. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. 2nd and a yard. They run out of the gun with Barkley. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Here's third down and a few inches. Now Hurts. That's complete. Tight end got her. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They don't need much. It is third and inches. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Here's Hurts. He'll take this himself. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here's a handoff to Barkley. Whoa! And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Nice run there by Barkley, and he certainly surprised a lot of people in free agency. Not only that he left the Giants, but that he chose to sign with one of their biggest rivals in the process. He now joins a loaded Eagles roster, and having him in the fold will certainly help as they try to get back to another Super Bowl here in 2024.
Give him 10 more on that one, and another first down. So these teams trade field goals in the third as we come to the end of the quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A first down throw for Hurts. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Carr. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. To throw is Carr. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Back is Carr. He'll air it out. Deep for Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter. This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The Eagles offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. Man in motion is Brown. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Barkley. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. First down awaits at the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He'll try to run for it. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line.
This is the point in the game, Mike, where on 3rd down, you have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes, nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, but they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape, picks up the first down with his legs. They're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Barkley. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up 3rd down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's taken in right side by Goddard. And he is very close to the 1st down, but eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Here's Carr throwing from the pistol. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Carr. Throwing right, it's taken in. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. They'll run. It's Kamara. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. Now Carr. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Carr now. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. And they're looking to get back to their winning ways after the loss in Week 2. They'd go to 2-1 if they can hold on here. This drive starts with 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. A pistol snap back to Hurts. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a 1st down. Here's Hurts. Quick slant into the hands of Smith. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. Quick throw, taken in.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
He's going to tuck it and go. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback.
And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Eagles. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Elliott on now for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Eagles are able to extend the lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Williams on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Saints offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Carr working out of the gun. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara.
This guy's really starting to roll now. I mean, his involvement in the passing game just continues to pick up. And until the defense identifies him as a pass threat, I expect this quarterback to keep looking his way.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
He's got his big target. That's Johnson. They pick up 17 through the air. First down, New Orleans. Now, Carr. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. Carr now on second down. Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. And he'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7. From the shotgun, it's Carr. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. They'll go play action with Carr. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reed Blankenship.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And as we take you through some of the highlights so far, you're going to see a lot of passing yards. He has carved up this defense, over 300 yards passing in the game, and has been sharp right from the start. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. Lots of space, past the 45. Down the sideline, inside the 25. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. So, not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. He slams it in there, and he is in. Kenneth Gainwell. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. 2nd down, Carr. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 3rd and 2. Carr. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now he'll air one out. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll run here with Gainwell. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. They proved much the best in this one. They get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.